Every innovator we interviewed for this project about innovation around the world, every one of them as an adult talked about adults in their life when they were younger that made a difference, that kept their innovation skills alive. Take Steve Jobs, for example. When he was an adult, he said and admitted, if there weren't adults in my life when I was younger paying attention to who I was and my innovation skills, I would either be dead or in prison. And it was probably true, because that's what happened to the people who were young when he was young, and they grew up into that adult world of really difficult situations. Who were some of those adults? Number one, his father. When he was young, set aside a part of a workbench and said, Steve, enjoy, explore, try out, take things apart, put things together. Then a little bit later, he had a neighbor who worked for Hewlett-Packard, who put a microphone outside on the driveway when the kids were coming home from school. Now, what kid doesn't want to play with a microphone? Steve Jobs, his friends, others, they played with the microphone, and those who were really interested, they ended up learning from this HP engineer how things worked. They put kits for radios and different things together to understand the inside of electronics. Then when he was in his early teens, Steve Jobs was like completely fed up with school. He had a teacher who was paying attention and literally paid him money to bring his homework to school to keep him in school and off the streets. Without adults like that in his life, Steve Jobs would not have been the Steve Jobs that we know. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, similar story, different situation. It was grandparents who made a difference. He would often in the summertime go live with his grandparents on a farm. And Grandpa did not call other people to fix things. If the tractor broke down, Jeff Bezos and his grandfather would try different ways to fix that tractor over and over and over again. If the animals got sick, same sort of situation. They wouldn't necessarily call a veterinarian. They would try to figure out what's the solution, experiment this way, try it that way, try to make it work. Again, just like Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, similar story. Grandparents, in this case, were key to helping him keep his innovation skills alive. Think about it. All of us were once 4 years old. We did the things that innovators do. We asked provocative questions, why, all over again. We constantly experimented and tried different things. We talked to all kinds of people. We were very good observers of the world. And then somehow when we became adults, we lost that stuff. Educational systems, they're great at killing these things. Often the home is great at just starving innovation. So what could you or I do as adults to create the next generations of Steve Jobs or the Jeff Bezos of the world, who are young now but will grow up to solve the problems that will probably be more difficult than the ones you and I face today? It's simple things. Maybe it's a neighbor's child, maybe it's your own, maybe it's a grandchild. Doesn't matter. Maybe it's a young kid who's just asking 1,000 questions. Next time that happens, listen to them. Because the reason they're asking the question over and over again is because you or I didn't understand their question. From their perspective, they're thinking, they don't understand me, I'll ask it again. They don't understand me, I'll ask it again. But pay attention to the children in the world around you. Pay attention to their skills, listen to their questions, pay attention to the observations they make, help them explore the world by talking to different people, invite folks to your dinner, to lunch at your home, and who aren't like you, who are different nationality, different perspective. Help them learn to network for ideas. And when they experiment and try things and they fail, don't worry about it. Failure is the essence of innovation. It's by making mistakes that we grow into new ideas. You've got to make mistakes. Our children have to make mistakes. They've got to learn from those mistakes. We've got to get beyond that notion that doing things right the first time is the only way we can do it. And by opening ourselves up as parents and being able to pull our children into our world, we can actually help them become the innovators that any of us can become. So pay attention to those young folks, innovate yourselves, listen and watch for their innovation skills, make a difference in their lives so they can make a difference in the world.